Hello, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of April 5th, 2026. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor. I'm coming to you from sunny and beautiful Bozeman, Montana. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And happy Easter, everyone. I think it's pretty cool how so many of our holidays are aligned with the moon and the planets, including Easter and Passover. Like Easter falls on the first Sunday after the first full moon, on or after the spring equinox. And Passover is set according to the Hebrew calendar. It begins on the 15th day of the Hebrew month of Nisan, which always falls on a full moon. And their energies work together, like Passover carries the energy of liberation and awakening. And because it's tied to the full moon, it's also about illumination. So we see clearly what's been holding us back, and that clarity brings freedom. And then Easter brings in the energy of rebirth and renewal. It's what comes after the release. So Passover is about being free from the old, and Easter is about stepping into the new with hope and renewal. And this week and this month are all about Aries and the new. Aries is pure life force energy. It's the spark, the beginning, the moment something new comes alive. It's when we get this burst of motivation and have the urge to take action and just go for it. And right now we're moving through an Aries stellium, meaning there are multiple planets in Aries. So the Sun, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron are all in Aries. And this week on Thursday the 9th, Mars moves into Aries. And then next week, Mercury and the Moon move into Aries. So I can't stress enough how much forward momentum there is right now. We have all these planets in Aries. There are no retrograde planets for another month. It's a 1 year in numerology, which is starting a new cycle, and a 5 universal month, which is all about transformation and moving forward. So this feels like turning our inner Energizer bunny loose. Things heat up. That slump, that sluggishness, the multiple cups of coffee or a 2-hour nap just to get through the day, all of that is over. And there's so much energy that it can be easy to overdo it. You could feel like redecorating your home, going back to school, starting a new business, joining a new gym, learning how to paint, all before noon. We'll have so much energy that we'll want to do all the things, and we just can't. So it's important not to scatter your energy on 5 million things and focus it on 1 or 2 things. If you don't, you could get off balance and burn out and not get anything finished. So we'll have plenty of Aries energy for a while. Neptune and Saturn will be there for years. So you'll be able to get to everything you want to do eventually. But we want to start by focusing on the most important things first. Now, shortly after Mars moves into Aries on Thursday, it meets up with Neptune, which is already in Aries. And Neptune softens and spiritualizes whatever it touches. So we're not just taking action for the sake of taking action. We're being guided by our intuition and our dreams and something deeper. So you might feel inspired to move towards something that doesn't logically make sense, but feels right on a soul level. And together, this combination is powerful. Mars in Aries says, go. And Neptune says, trust where you're being guided. So this helps us take action, but not from urgency or ego, but from alignment. Now, I've mentioned this before in the podcast, but I'd like to talk about it a little more because Neptune in Aries is really exciting for anyone doing creative things. So instead of just sitting around daydreaming, Neptune in Aries is like, I feel inspired. I'm going to make something right now. It's like perfect for artists and writers and musicians and anyone who is ready to take that inner vision and actually put it out into the world. Historically, during times of big change and social upheaval, art really comes alive. Like think about the Renaissance after the Black Plague or the 1960s, a time of massive societal change, which brought us all that great music and painting and art. And now with all the changes happening in our world, that same energy is here. I have a few clients who are shifting from their regular jobs to making art. And if you've ever thought about doing that too, this is the time. And Neptune in Aries is not just for creatives and artists. It's also for spiritual people, which is great news for anyone with a spiritual business. So whenever things feel uncertain in the world, people naturally start leaning more into spirituality. And a lot of us have been learning and studying and trying different spiritual practices for years, maybe even decades. And it's time to take what we've learned and practice and actually live it. So Neptune is a planet of intuition and imagination. And Aries is all about action and stepping up. So instead of just thinking about your spiritual growth or your creative ideas, this is one of those times to do something with it. So if you've been waiting for the right time to lean into your art or your spiritual calling, this is it. So Mars and Aries helps us feel alive again. If you've been feeling like you're in a slump or just holding on, that shifts now. Like I haven't felt like doing anything for a while. I've enjoyed just cocooning at home. But things are definitely stirring now. And I do feel like starting 10 new things at once. But once again, it's important to just pick one or two things and start there. You don't have to do everything at once. This is just the beginning. So follow what lights you up most right now and know that it's just the start of something incredible. So one new thing I'm doing this spring is Spiritual Spring Saturdays. I'll be leading a bunch of fun and new classes this spring, starting next Saturday with Making Your Home Your Vision Board. Like our homes hold so much energy, and most of it is from our past versions, like who we used to be, old relationships and old chapters of life. Like I still have things my mom gave me when I moved out 44 years ago. Some of it I love, and some of it I've just kept around without really thinking about it. So this is about the practical things to do to use your space as a living vision board for your future self. So we'll talk about feng shui and altars and future anchors and all kinds of cool stuff. And this shit really works. So the Saturday after that is Communicating with Nature Spirits, when we'll learn how to communicate with fairies and sprites and elementals and trees and animals. And throughout the next 2 months, the classes are about learning to trust and listen to your intuition. There's a beginning mediumship class with my friend Amy Landa, a blue moon ritual, and other cool ass fun things. You can take just the classes you want at $40 a class, or sign up for all of them for only $150. And if you can't make it live because you're busy living your best life on a Saturday, then you can watch the recording later. There is a link in the show notes to learn more and register, or go to my website, abundology.com. So after posting this today, I am going to make a quiche for Easter brunch, and then the usual, take Jasper for a hike. I was asked this week why I don't post more or really any pictures of my hikes on Instagram. And a couple of years ago, I was out on a hike and it was a picture perfect day, like the sky, the mountains, all of it was lovely. And instead of just being present and soaking it all in, I was trying to get the best shot to post on Instagram, and I was missing all of it. So I promised myself that would be the last time I would do that. Like I want to be present and enjoy it instead of taking myself out of the present for a picture for social media. It's so silly. It's just not how I want to live my life. So sorry, no pictures, but you can join me on a spiritual retreat if you want to experience it. I only have one more retreat left ever, because this is the last year I'm offering them. So anyway, as always, thank you for listening and passing the podcast on to a friend. Have a great week, everyone, and I will talk to you again next week.